Okay, let me go through some questions. Many of you sent in questions, and I've been compiling them, and I figured, hey, why not spend Labor Day answering your questions and getting these taken care of? So, first, what is the latest with Lori Daybell? Doesn't she have one more hearing for restitution, and how would that even work? She has no money. Good question. That's from Reba. If it's Reba McIntyre, hi, Reba. I don't think it is, but good question. Good name. Lori does have one more hearing for Arizona, and that is on September 19th. The judge needs to set restitution, so that's in about 3 weeks, and Judge Boreski. And once he does that, no, she doesn't have any money. But should she ever, and he said this at the sentencing, should she ever make a lot of money from a docuseries or a book or something like that, then she would need to give some of that money over. And should she ever, I believe in Arizona, and I don't know if in Idaho, I'm going to find this out this week because I'm going to be spending some time with IDOC, Idaho Department of Correction. I believe that if money is sent to her for commissary, they withhold a small portion, and that is put toward restitution. That's what they do in Arizona. I need to find out if they do that in Idaho. So that will go to some fund, but no, it's not like she's ever going to pay back $2 million per person. The interesting thing to me is, it's likely she'll waive appearing in person. She might appear via Zoom. Knowing her, she probably will want to. And the judge said, I'm not going to have you, brought back here for one hearing, extradited back from, could you imagine if they bring her back again to Arizona, that she'd be back in her favorite jail and then turned around and brought back? No, she's not going back, but we'll see what happens there. Good question. Nate, have you heard anything from Lori since she arrived in Idaho? Actually, I have. I got a short message from her, and it was very short. And it was we had communicated once after my interview, once or twice, and it was quite short. She got in trouble, the whole M&M fiasco, which I'm sure you've heard about. I believe I talked about it here. And then she wrote me later saying she didn't know when she was moving to Idaho, but she thought it was soon. And she just told me that she arrived in Idaho. That was back on the 22nd of August. So that's all I've heard from her. It's not like we're communicating daily, and I don't know what it'd be fascinating if one day there are a lot of inmates. I know journalists well-known journalists that have covered cases that often killers, murderers will keep in touch with them, and they just need someone to talk to, I guess, someone they feel they can trust. And sometimes they go on to confess stuff, or you get more of the story. So would I cut off Lori 100%? No, I wouldn't. I know many of you are like, enough with her. I'm not going to report everything she tells me. But imagine if in 2 years she starts to really talk, yeah, this is what happened. Now, the question is, do you believe her? I don't know. But, I don't know. I don't know what happens with her. I'm not on any boats, though. I was at the state fair on Saturday, and one of you guys, a guy there, was like, thanks for not getting on the boat. I said, I have no boats. I didn't even go boating this summer. Is there anything new with Amy Bradley? Oh, I wish. When sex slaves get a certain age, aren't they past their prime, and could they be killed if she is no use to them? Well, first of all, there's nothing new other than tips continue to come in, and it continues to be watched on Netflix a lot. And I believe you do have a point that they're in the human smuggling arena industry. It's not often that you have older women. It's generally teenage girls into young 20s. And I guess you could age out. I've never thought if they just kill them. But yeah, if she's of no use to them, if she's not making them any money, if she is a sex slave in another country, there's debate on that. Many people think she's dead. Many people think she might be, in another country. I don't know. But I guess it's possible they could kill her. I doubt they're just going to let her walk out of there and she's going to call her mom and say, I'm home. I'm ready to come home. That'd be amazing. It'd be incredible. But then the people that have done this to her are in trouble. So I don't think that they're going to let her go free. But I wish there was some new stuff. I texted with Brad Bradley, her brother, a few days ago, and there's nothing substantial to report. Nate, would you ever interview Chad Daybell? What about Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Franke? Yes, yes, and yes. I'd interview them all. I'd love to talk with them and see what they have to say. I probably should reach out to Chad Daybell again. I don't know if he'll take my messages. He has yet to ever respond to anything I've requested. Neither, same with his attorney. Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Frankie, that would be a fascinating conversation. I don't know if they'll ever do an interview. Maybe they will. Maybe they will, and I don't know if it'd be with a journalist. It could be with a psychiatrist or something that has a YouTube channel. I mean, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'd be interested in talking with all of them. Is there a way to watch CrimeCon online? What will you be doing at CrimeCon, and is there anyone you are excited to see? Oh, good question. That's from Julie Banks. Julie, are you going to CrimeCon? I will be doing a lot. Not a lot, but I will be doing those sessions that I talked about a second ago. I'll be presenting an award at the Clue Awards, which is exciting. And there is a way to watch it, but I don't think you can watch it till after the fact. It's not like it streams live, and you can go to Crime HQ, the website that CrimeCon runs, and you do have to pay. It's a membership thing, and maybe they give you a 3 or 4 day trial, but you can watch all the sessions after the fact, or at least most of the sessions, not all of them. Who am I excited to see? Bone Valley. Here's what I'm going to do, you guys. And for those that can't go, I'm going with Erica, and I've done this every year in the past where I do these short interviews with people, but this year I'm going to do it times 10. I'm going to try to interview everybody I can there. People like you that are there, victims, prosecutors, whoever, Nancy Grace, Scott from Behavior Panel, anybody and everybody. And then next Monday, a week from today, we'll do a special Courtroom Insider, and I'll play all the interviews for you. So you'll get a kind of a flavor of who is at CrimeCon, what they say, what we talk to about. So if there's anybody you want me to interview that's on that list, please comment or message me, because I want to know who you want to hear from. And I might not even know them, but you might say, hey, go talk to Joseph Scott Morgan, who I do know. I want to hear from him. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear who you want to hear from at CrimeCon. Okay, Nate, you mentioned a few weeks ago about your twinkle bed, but I never heard if you liked it. I'm thinking about getting one, but I'm not sure. Are they doing anything special for Labor Day? Do your kids like them? Thank you. I've had more comments about my mattress. Yes, my kids love them. We love it. For those, some backup, because many of you are new here. I wrote a Facebook post several months ago how we needed a new mattress, Erica and I, and we bought one from a higher end store and got it, and it was awful. And we spent like $2,000 on it because, you mattresses can be expensive or they can be super cheap. We've gone the super cheap route. In fact, in our marriage, we probably had 10 different mattresses. And Erica has a back issue, and I'm getting old. And so we got this mattress. It was so bad. We slept on it like 3 nights. I said, we got to take it back. Luckily, they let us return it. And then we went back to our old mattress, sleeping in our front room, because we sold our bed frame. It's a long story. I wrote about this on my Facebook page, and Twinkle Beds in Bountiful, Utah reached out and said, we want to take care of you and your wife. As a thank you, we want to give you a mattress. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. And they're like, no, we insist. They're big fans of Courtroom Insider. They might be watching right now. Very kind. I said, you do not have to do this. I'll buy the mattress. They said, nope, we want to give it to you. So I couldn't get down to the store for quite some time. I was going to Arizona for the trials. On the way home from the first trial with Lori, I stopped by their store. I go inside. I try out the mattresses. I told them the one I wanted just there and said, Erica, hope you like it. Actually, we compromised because I like a firm mattress. She likes the soft mattress. Anyway, I'm telling you way too much about our mattress. It arrives. We set it up. Amazing. Incredible, incredible mattress. And they're like, because we like Courtroom Insider so much, do you want a promo code for your viewing audience? And I said, sure. So they gave me the code Nate, 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 N-I-T-E, N-I-T-E, N-A-T-E. Easy to remember, Night, Night, Nate. What my mom always says to me. Night, Night, Nate, when I go to bed. Then they sent my kids' beds, or our kids actually went in and they were able to try out the beds. And here's the craziest thing. I'm like, you kids, don't go crazy. Elliot, our 7-year-old, chooses the nicest mattress in there. Well, not one of the topper lines. And the rest of us, anyway, he's got the nicest bed in the house. Good for him. He loves it. We all love it. We love all our beds. They're great. He's got the Twinkle Luxe. We've got the Comfort Hybrid. Long story short, we love our mattresses. I would recommend them to you. And you can use that promo code NIGHT. They are doing a Labor Day thing. You get 30% off. And then you get a free pair of Cozy Earth sheets, which I had never heard of, but Erica had and says they are amazing. We have them now. And it's like you crawl into bed over silk or something. And I guess they were on Oprah's favorite things. Probably the only thing I've ever owned that's on Oprah's favorite things list. They're worth like $300 to $500, but you get them for free if you buy a mattress through the 8th. So yes, we love our Twinkle bed. Thank you for asking. I would recommend them. They're a great mattress. Can you tell me, Nate, more about the Kaneko case in Idaho? Oh, I saw a special on Investigation Discovery and had no idea. Do they live near Chad Daybell? Actually, yes. The Kaneko case happened in the early 2000s. A man, David Kaneko, lived with his dead wife and daughter after they starved themselves to death. They lived in a mobile home, a double wide. David Kaneko worked out at INL, really smart scientist, made good money, and lived with their corpses. And they lived in a trailer in the back of, so it was Laura and Lorraine Kaneko. And Lorraine, the mom, her brothers and mom lived in a house in front of the double wide. And they called for a welfare check and police went out there and found the bodies. It was really disgusting. David Kaneko ended up getting charged with I forget what he was charged with. At the time, there was no law on Idaho books that it was a crime if you didn't report a death. Now there is because of this case. So he didn't serve any time, but he died a few years ago. And now a couple of shows have come out about it. I was interviewed probably for the one you saw. But yeah, I covered it back when I was a brand new reporter in 06, 07. Covered his preliminary hearing and all that. So yeah, that's the David Kaneko case. Will you be doing anything on Baby Emmanuel? We just talked about it. I'm not going to be going out there to California. We'll see what happens with it. Oh my gosh, my TV screen just went to sleep. Look at that. That's never happened. You saw fireworks. I'll have to adjust that. I realize, by the way, that you might be looking at this thing thinking like, this set looks a little off. I'm at home and we're tweaking it a bit. Jordan, my photographer, is going to be coming over this week and we're going to tweak it so it looks a little bit better. And then eventually like Erica can come in and people like that will have guests. So thanks for putting up with it. Last question. Do you think Travis Decker is alive? That sheriff you interviewed is so dreamy and well-spoken and very handsome. I got to tell you, I got so many requests about about Travis Decker and the sheriff there, Sheriff Mike Morrison. And many of you ladies like him. He's a very nice guy. Do I believe Travis Decker is alive? I don't. I would be surprised if he was. But he could be. We've seen these things before where people go on and live off the grid, and maybe he is. Maybe he's up in Canada or somewhere. But I personally don't think he is. But we'll see. I hope they find him. All right, everybody. Here's where you can find me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on X. I'm on Insta. And I'm on YouTube. Meeting the Eatons is our family channel. And also you can find East Idaho News. Please go ahead and subscribe if you have not. We appreciate your subscriptions, and that helps us grow and reach more people. Here's the deal for this week. We will have at least one more Courtroom Insider before I head to CrimeCon, probably Wednesday night. Maybe one tomorrow, working on booking a guest. And then at CrimeCon, I'm going to go be there with Erica. We're going to do at least one Courtroom Insider. The schedule's kind of in flux right now at the moment, so I don't have all of the details for you. But we'll see what happens with that. So I want to let you know that that's what's happening. And then next week, Courtroom Insider will do a recap on CrimeCon on Monday, and then we'll have a special report either on Tuesday or Wednesday that I hope you can all watch and keep up on. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you had a great Labor Day. Hope you have a great week. My boys start school tomorrow. Emmy started school last week, so it'll be nice to have everybody back in there, but kind of sad that summer's over. You know, winter's almost here. But that's life, I guess.